बंद कर, पागल है क्या
कर
तू?
दी भाई, कर दी। ज्यादा ही फन हो रहा था शायद कहीं। Are we live?
Yeah, we are alive.
All right, let's get started. Let me just turn down this freaking music as well.
Yeah. And how do I modulate your fucking audio?
What?
How do I like decrease, like turn down your volume?
Oh, turn on my volume. Like, you're not able to hear me?
I'm able to hear you, but the noise is too loud. But okay, it's fine. I did it.
Okay.
Okay. We are live and kicking.
Kick in.
All right. So these are the topics that we need to cover today in order to complete like some, fill up some gaps in our preparation for the certification. So the very first topic that I chose for today is a subtopic in USD view. So basically USD view is the interface in which we open our USDA files and we basically look at the object that is being rendered using that USDA code that we write using our Python code.
Mm-hmm.
So let me just quickly see if we have anything interesting over here. So get USD view. We already know this shit. Using discrete GPU for USD view, I don't think this is relevant for us right now. User interface. So this is the user interface file, edit window, prim path field. Displays a prim path on the selected prim. So prim path is this. Okay, we already know that. Tree view is, well, sixth is the property panel. So this is the property panel. And seventh is the timeline. Composition detail panel is 8. So this is the composition detail panel. And this is the viewport. Refer to Hydra viewport for details. So this is the viewport. So we already know most of this. We just have to take a glance at it. So I'll move on. File menu. The file menu contains operations for opening and saving USD stages, open, reopen stage, open USD file stage, reopen, reload all layers, save override as, save session layer override to a new USD layer, save flattened as, export all the stages data to single USD layer. Quite as close USD view. Edit menu. The edit menu contains basic stage editing functions. Oh, so you can edit the menu as well. So stage interpolation, set stage interpolation types for all attributes on the stage. Held is each author time sample is held constant until the next author time sample. Okay, and linear is attribute values are linearly interpolated. Okay, so this is important. There are two types of stage interpolations, held and linear. We know linear,
There are
but
two types
this is the
of
first time.
hell. Each author time similarly held constant until next author. Okay. Two types of stage interpolation.
Yeah, held and linear. Set stage interpolation types for all attributes on the stage. Held and linear. Each author timestamp is held constant. Until the next author timestamp. Okay. Load and unload. So load the payload. Load is action is load the payloads for selected prim and all its descendant. Unload is unload the payloads for the selected prim and all its descendant. Activate the selected prim. Deactivate the selected prim. Make visible is the set the select prim's visibility proper to visible. Viz only. Viz only means set the selected prim's visibility property to visible. Make all the other prims invisible. Okay, this is interesting. I didn't know this. Only make the selected prim visible and make all others invisible. Remove session visibility. Restore the selected prim's visibility property value. Remove session visibility. Restore the selected prim's visibility property value. Remove session. Okay. Reset all session visibility. Restore the visibility property value for all prims on the stage. Okay. Restore the visibility property value for all prims on the stage. Got it. Window menu. The window menu contains menu items for opening additional child windows. So it could be additional child windows. Window menu contains menu items for opening additional child windows. Toggle viewer only. Enabling viewing mode. Utilizing only Hydra viewport and timeline. Okay, interpreter we know. Preferences we know. Debug flags. Open the debug flags window. Hydra scene browser. Open the Hydra scene browser window. Okay. Enabling the view mode. Utilizing only. Okay. Tree view. We already know what tree view is. So prim name. The column shows the hierarchy of names. Type is this column shows the type of each prim. So that can be X form, scope, material, mesh, whatever. Prim legend button opens the prim legend. Okay. Then prim search field. Okay, search the prim by name and press enter to search for the next matching prim. Find the prim button. Uh, Clicking the button, find next to the whole name is matching. Matches the value from the prim search field navigation menu contains menu items and shortcuts for selecting prims. Show menu contains options for what type of prims to show in the tree view. The prim legend describes the meaning of the front colors and formatting used in the tree view. This is very useful for an at a glance understanding the composition arcs and instancing the stage. So dimmed colors denote inactive prims. Okay. So has arcs, instance, prototype, normal. Right click menu. In the tree view, additional functionality can be found for the selected prim by right clicking and invoking the contextual right click menu. Jump to enclosing model. Select the first ancestor prim with the kind metadata value set. Select bound preview material. Select the preview material prim bound to the selected prim. Select bound full material. Select the full material prim bound to the selected prim. Make invisible. Set the prim visibility property to invisible. Viz only, we already know. Remove session visibility. Restore the selected prim's visibility property value. Load and load. Activate, deactivate. Load slash unload payloads for the selected prim and all its descendants. Okay. Activate slash deactivate. Okay. Copy prim path. Copy enclosing model path. Copy enclosing model's prim path to a clipboard. A model is a prim with a kind metadata value set. USD view asset. Open the selected asset in a USD view instance. All right. Select as active camera. Set the selected frame as the active camera. Okay. Hydra viewport. So this is the Hydra viewport. Okay. The Hydra viewport shows the 3D render of the USD stage. USD view can be configured to load the scene, configured to load with different Hydra renders. Hmm. Heads up display, click it. Drag the marker to scrub through the animation. Selected prim by default. Currently selected prim will be highlighted yellow and display a bounding box wireframe. Opens the renderer menu. Okay. Camera, lights, right click menu. We already know this. Navigation, focus, orbit, pan. Within the viewport, you can use the following methods to navigate three-dimensional spaces: focus, orbit, pan, dolly. What? Okay, the focus controls zoom the viewport camera in on a specific prim. When you focus on an prim, on a prim, you can orbit that prim. To focus, click prim and press the F key. Orbit. The orbit control rotates the viewport camera around given point. To orbit, first use focus to select an prim. Then hold the Alt key and the left mouse button and move the mouse. Okay. Pan. The pan control moves the viewport camera parallel to the viewport. Uh, Pan control moves the viewport camera parallel to the viewpoint. To pan, hold the Alt key and the middle mouse button and move the mouse. Okay. Pan. Dolly, the dolly control moves the camera forward and backward in the space. There are two ways to dolly. Scroll your mouse wheel, hold the Alt key and right mouse button to move the mouse. Renderer menu, pause rendering, stop rendering, Hydra commands, Hydra AOVs, Hydra settings, render settings, okay, display menu, open, reopen, reload all layers, display purposes, heads up display. Selection highlighting, show rollover, prim info, enable scene materials, default material settings, color management, background color. Okay. Lights menu, camera menu. Okay. Property panel. So the property panel lists all its property and their values for a selected prim, type property name, value. Okay. Type property name, value, property legend button, property search field, find prop button. Okay. Property values are resolved flag. Property values are resolved values, and they are also dependent on the value of the current frame. If you need to deselect property, you can click on an empty space in the property panel. Typically, okay. Property legend. So no value, default, time values, time samples, interpolated value clips, interpolated custom fallback, attribute relationship. Okay, okay, okay. Oh, so custom and fallback. So this is custom, this is fallback, and what is blue? Default. Hmm, Default. Okay. Right click menu, copy property name, select target, blah, blah, blah. Okay. Composition, detail panel. All right. This is the main one. Value. The value tab shows the value of the selected property. The property selection comes from the properties panel, whereas the properties panel shows truncated values. The value tab shows the full value. The slice field allows you to see a subset of array type values by using Python list slicing notation. The slice field allows you to see a subset of array type values by using Python list slicing notation. Values are color coded according to property legend. Property values are resolved values and they are also dependent on the value of the current frame. Okay, property values are resolved values and they are also dependent on the values of the current frame. Property values are resolved values. Okay, they're also okay. The value type shows the value of the selected property. The property selection comes from the property panel. Whereas the property panel shows the truncated values, the value type shows the full value, the slice field allow. Where is this? Oh, slice field. You do a subset of array to see a subset of array type values by using Python list slicing notation. I didn't understand this, the slice field, this part.
Slice field. Is it? I think slice is a concept of Python where you
I
can.
know that's what it says.
Hmm.
Slice field allows you to see a subset of array type values by using Python list
So,
slicing
what
notation.
is the part that you're not able to understand?
What is it exactly?
So,
Slice.
so subset means, let's say you have an array from 1 to 10, 1, 2, 3, 4.
Yeah, slice would be like something like 2, 3, 4.
Yeah, like 2, 3, 4, or 2 to 10,
Yeah.
or 3 to 10, like that. So basically you are
But
having.
over here, how are we gonna get that value? Like, let's say if the value of some property that we have selected is like, let's say the radius is 4.
But
How?
it is not
What
an
do you
array,
mean?
right? It's talking about array.
Slice will allows you to see a subset of array type values using Python list slicing notation.
It says that you have to use array type, right? So I think radius won't be an array. What would be an
Mm-hmm.
array? Might be
Points.
points. Yeah, points would be an array. So if you just want to take a look at some certain points, then you can create a subset of those points, and those subset would be consecutive.
Mm-hmm.
Consecutive, maybe like 2 to 10, 2 to 4, 2 to 5, like that.
Mm. Okay. Values are color coded according to the property legend. That we know. Metadata. The metadata tab lists the metadata fields and the values for the selected prim1 property. So this is the field name and that's the value. Value for the what metadata lists the metadata fields. So object type, path, custom documentation, type name, variability, and values for the selected prim or property. Hmm. Layer stack. The layer stack tab lists the layers that compose the layer stack tab lists the layers that compose the selected prim or property. The layer stack tab lists the layers that compose hmm, selected prim or property. It lists the layers from the strongest opinion at the top to the weakest opinion at the bottom. It does not list the layers that do not author data for the selected prim or property. I see. So only the layers that are contributing to the opinion
Mm.
are listed over here.
Mm.
Layer, the name of the layer contributing to the prims or properties composition. Path is the path of the prim or property in the contributing layer. Value, the value of the metadata authored for the prim or property. Okay. But even though both of these layers are selected, the
Mm.
ultimate value would be this, right? Because this is the strongest one.
Yes.
Okay. Composition. The composition tab lists the layers that compose the selected prim. It lists the layers from strongest opinion. And the composition tab lists the layers that compose the selected prim. It lists the layers from strongest to the weakest opinion at the bottom. Okay, so layer is the name of the layer contributing to the prim's composition. Archetype is the composition arc used to include the layer. Okay, root, sublayer, variant, sublayer reference. All right. Arc spec is basically, oh sorry, arc path is basically the prim's path within a given layer. Prim's path within a given layer. Okay. Has spec whether or not the layer has any data authored on the prim. Okay. Got it. Timeline. Timeline is pretty straightforward. I'm not gonna read everything over here.
Mm-hmm.
Then asset validator.
I think asset validator would be important.
It's a different part, but formats. What? Asset validator was not mentioned over there.
Hmm.
You wanna do this?
Oh, if it's not, if it is not mentioned over there, then yeah, fuck no, fuck no.
It's
Only
too
things that are
much.
mentioned.
All right, we've completed this part. This was the main thing that was mentioned, and we did the USD view thing. So that's fine. All right. Next thing that I wanted to cover today was scene graph instancing and point instancing, because we did have a question about some sort of difference between the scene graph and native instancing. Sorry, native instancing and point instancing. So native instancing is basically scene graph instancing. So let's go through this documentation first, because we've already done scene graph instancing once.
Yes, sir.
All right. Overview. USD's instancing functionality allows the prim that brings in common scene description via composition hours to share those parts of the scene graph. USD's instancing functionality allows prims that bring in common scene description via composition hours to share those parts of the scene graph. Rather than having them duplicated for each frame, this can greatly improve the performance in the cases where many copies of the same asset are brought into the scene via composition. For example, parking. A parking lot scene may use references to bring the same car model or set of car models hundreds or thousands of times to fully populate the lot. In cases like these, instancing can provide significant performance benefits. Hmm. Uninstance versus instanced graph. Hmm. So this is the difference. Over here, it is referencing the car again and again. Each one is referencing the car.
Mm-hmm.
But over here, if you are just making it instanceable and referencing the car over here,
Mm. So the only one, only so it's
all
gonna
of them
be
would reference the
it's gonna
same
share the
car.
copy. It's gonna share the copy. Yeah, it's gonna share the
Yeah,
copy.
prototype.
Yep.
But shouldn't this go to prototype?
That's already in prototype. Car prem is already in prototype.
Hmm, okay.
Yeah.
With instancing, the hierarchy of the prims from reference car models exposed beneath a single prototype prim. With instancing, the hierarchy of the prims of the reference car model is exposed beneath a single prototype prim. Instead of having n copies of that hierarchy beneath each of the car prims in the scene, this reduces the size of the scene graph, which reduces the time needed to load a USD stage as well as the memory it consumes. Hmm. This reduces the size of the scene graph, which reduces time needed to load a USD stage as well as memory it consumes. Okay, consumers can take advantage of shared scene graph to reduce the amount of processing they need to do. For example, consumer they need to compute the bounding box for all the car frames in the scene should could compute the bounding box for the shared scene graph just once and reuse that result instead of redoing the same computation for each one. To allow the scene graph to be shared in this way, instancing restricts the ability to override prim properties and the prototype prim on per instance basis. In this example, consumers would not be able to add, remove, or override prim beneath any car. Okay. In this example, consumers would not be able to add. One second. To allow scene graph to be shared this way, instancing restricts The ability to override prims and properties in the prototype prim on the per instance basis. In this example, consumers would not be able to add or remove or override prims beneath any of the car prims in the scene. With this restriction, instancing is able to provide higher degrees of scalability. The benefits become more and more significant as the number of car prims increases or as the number of prims beneath the reference car model grows. Number of car prims increases, or as the number of prims beneath the referenced car. Number of prims beneath the referenced car model grows. Hmm. What does this mean exactly?
So you
Number
cannot
of prims
change, you
beneath.
cannot you cannot edit the instance frames. That's what it is saying that. So if you have, so if you, for example, let's say if you
Uh-huh.
go up a bit. Let's say you are in the parking lot, right? On
Mm-hmm.
your left hand side, you have car frames that are individually referenced, right? So let's say you
Mm-hmm.
want to change the color of car one to black, or maybe increase the size of the wheels, increase the radius of the wheels, or do something like that. So you can definitely do
Mm-hmm.
it for car one, right? Or maybe you want to change the car frame to something else. It would be easier for you to do it
Mm-hmm.
over there, since it's not sharing any copy or it's not instanced. But if you
Mm-hmm.
want to do it in car into on your right hand side, that is where you have instancing applied, right? And it's gonna
Mm-hmm.
share, it's since it's sharing the memory, you cannot make any changes onto this
I
on.
know that. I know that. I know
That's
that.
what I'm
I'm just
saying over
asking,
there.
what does this mean?
Oh, as the number of prem beneath the reference car model grows. So so grows means that if you have more prems that are gonna
Number of
reuse
prims beneath the referenced
car
car
model
model grows,
grows.
or like the insensible prims,
Yes. So
like
let's
over
say,
here, car
yeah,
one,
yeah,
car n.
yes.
Okay. Number of car prims increases. Okay. But what I thought this means that
What?
as the number of car prims increases, so
Or it
that
says or
so
over
this
there, or as the number of prem beneath the reference car model grows. Or
beneath the referenced car model grows means this one.
yeah.
So how does that like how does that make sense?
Wait, it says that the beneath becomes more and more significant as the number of car prem or the number of prems
Look
beneath,
at this whole sentence.
or the number of prems beneath the reference car model go up.
I'm already up.
Oh my bad. So maybe, oh maybe if you're referencing more car prems, like let's say if you're referencing car other prems, I would say, then it's still gonna create instanceable copies of those prems as well. Like apart from car prem, you're gonna reference wait, it says the number of prem beneath the reference car model grows. Reference car model. Yeah, yeah. So for example, you might reference some other car, right? Car 2, car 3, car 4, car 5, like that.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what it is talking about over here. And it's still gonna create instanceable copies into the prototype, or it might create more prototypes, if that's what it is saying over there. So like at any point, if your references are instantiable, that means they are not editable.
Yeah, I know that.
Yeah, so that's what it's saying. The benefits becomes more and more significant as the number of car prem increases. Like
I know that. I know
yes.
the first part. I'm just
Now,
trying to
now the
understand
number of
this
prems
part.
beneath the reference car model increases. So it's talking about other car prems apart from car prems. That's what I'm saying. It's talking about other car prems like car one, car
Number
two,
of
black.
trim beneath the referenced car model grows. Okay. What do you mean, like this car one, car two, car
No,
three?
no, no. The above one car.usd. That is what is referenced over here. This car car.usd. So over
So
here,
what does it mean? Like these will increase.
yeah, like you can have more references, right? You can have other, like
Oh,
then you
okay.
can use default prim to decide which reference you want to select, or maybe when you are calling the prim inside your parking lot,
Mhm.
you can decide, okay, this is the prim that I want to call from car.usda by using the asset resolution, AR resolver or default resolver, something like that.
Okay, perfect. Okay, explicit instances, implicit prototype, bro. This is something that I wanted to
So,
take a look at. Okay, prims that share parts of the scene graph through instancing are called instance prims. Okay, each of these instance prims are associated with a prototype prim that serves as the root of the shared scene graph. A single prototype prim may have many associated instances, all of which share the same scene graph. Users do not explicitly set up the network of prototype and instance prims. Instead, users mark the prims they want to be instanced with the metadata that tags them as instanceable. Yes, USD stage will analyze these prims to determine which have scene graph in common based on their composition structure, then dynamically create prototype prims for each group of compatible instances. This explicit instance and implicit prototype. Explicit instance, implicit prototype scheme provides a simple and flexible way for adding instanced assets to to scenes. C making prims instanceable for information on how to tag prims for instancing. We already know that we just add instanceable equal to true. Okay, so this is okay. Uninstance versus instance field description. So uninstance is basically just one def parking lot car one reference this multiple times. And then in this we have parking lot car one instance will equal to true references this instance will equal to true references this. So all of these will share one prototype because all of them are instanceable is equal to true and they're referencing the same car.
mm,
This is a simple example of what scene description in a .usd file might look like for scene graph above. In this case, USD stage will recognize that all instanceable car prims references the same car model and will have the same scene graph hierarchy. USD stage will then generate a prototype prim slash prototype one to contain all the common hierarchy and associated car instance with this prototype. Prototype prims do not exist in the scene description. They are generated and managed internally by USD stage. This allows USD stage to create and remove prototype as needed response to in response to scene description changes. For example, if some of the car prims in the parking lot .usd were changed to different assets.
yes. So this stage would generate new prototype as
For
needed.
example, one second. For example, if some of the car prims in the parking lot .usd were changed to reference a different asset, USD stage would generate a new prototype. Yes. See finding then traversing prototypes for information. No. Because prototype prims are dynamically generated, the name of a prototype prim associated with an instance is not stable and may vary from run to run. Consumers should not save or hardcode the paths to the prim in prototypes, but they can use the API described below if they need to determine an instance prototype at runtime. Working with instancing, this section goes into more detail about instance and prototype prims and API of working with them. The following examples will be used throughout. Okay, example, scene description and scene graph. So this is just doing def car one instanceable true car.usd color this. Hmm, okay. So this is basically referencing car one, car two, car three is referencing car and that has a different color. Okay. And car.usd has a different color. Making so over here I have a doubt. What color would it get? Because the local opinion also has a color.
Local opinion color would taken.
But it is an instance, bro. You cannot override the instance proxy, right? Remember?
You cannot override the instance proxy, but it is already, if it is already defined over there. No, you can put the local opinion color over there. Definitely, you can put the. You cannot override if you want to, if you use over here on that prim, like let's say if you use over and then reference the car over, like reference the car prim, and then put that
Hmm.
color, then it won't work. But if you just want to put a local opinion, then it will definitely work, because
Are
you're,
you sure?
yeah, I'm definitely sure. Like if you use over on that car prim that you are referenced, then it won't work.
I want to make sure this is true because this can be a question, and I think this was one of the questions. I think
Good.
direct answer. Okay.
What is saying?
Yeah, it is going to be local opinion.
Yeah. Like if you use over,
One.
over car.usd, like if you try to override the opinion for the reference file, then it won't work, because it's instanceable is true over there. Like it will definitely work for car 3, it will definitely work for car 3, but it won't work for car 2 and car 1.
What? What?
Overriding the opinion, like
Why would it work for car three?
because car 3 is not instanceable true.
Why it is saying instanceable? Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah,
Yeah. Okay. Okay.
yeah.
Okay. And then local opinion on car one are stronger than referenced one because okay. So local opinion reference. Does changing car one not automatically? No. Okay. So okay. So in instancing as well, local opinion wins.
Yeah.
All right. I just wanted to make sure. Okay. Making prim instanceable. Okay. USD stage can only create prototypes for portions of scene graph that are brought into the scene via composition arc. Because of this, prim must use at least one composition arc in order to be eligible for instancing. Prims may be marked as instanceable by using USD prim set instanceable or SDF prim spec set instanceable. If no value is explicitly ordered, this value defaults to false. So instanceable metadata is composed like all other metadata in USD, so it can be authored on different layers and have its value overridden by strong layers. For example, a user could author their instanceable metadata in a session layer to see the effect of enabling or disabling instancing on-prem in a scene without editing that scene directly. Hmm. The instance of metadata is composed of like other metadata in USD, so it can be authored on a different layer and its value overridden by stronger layers. Okay, so it can also be overridden in a stronger layer. Like if something is set to instanceable equal to true in a weaker layer, and in a stronger layer, it says this is overridden by instanceable is equal to false.
Yeah, like you have to make sure that first that prim is not instance. then you can do any changes that you want. If it is instanceable equal to true, then you won't be able to make any changes, because then
In the stronger layer.
anywhere you,
Bro, it is saying different.
where
Read this. What
it's
did I just read?
yeah, the instance metadata is composed of all others, so it can be authored on different layer and have its value overridden by strong layer. For example, a user could author their instance metadata in a session layer to see the effects of enabling, disabling, without editing the scene directly. For example, a user could instanceable. It's talking
Metadata
about
in a.
metadata. It's talking about metadata.
So if, bro, that is what I'm saying. Like, that is where the composition understands if it is instanceable or not.
But we can override the value of metadata, right? It's saying over there.
Yeah. Yeah. So that means you can override it.
And have its value overridden by stronger layer. Yeah, yeah, yeah. For example, a user could author the instanceable metadata in a. I was thinking that you're talking about like the opinions. So metadata is different. Yeah, instanceable metadata is composed like. Yeah, let me note it down. Instanceable metadata is composed like all other metadata in USD. So it can be authored and has its value
Yes, you can keep the same file and change and use a stronger session layer.
by
Family run instancing on or off.
stronger layers.
Base scene is references this. The file. Okay, scene layer. Session layer is stronger than stage's ordinary root layer stack. Session layer is stronger than stage's ordinary root. What? What is the difference between session layer and root layer?
I don't know. Session layer is a stronger layer than stage ordinary layer.
I'm
Maybe the
nothing.
composed layer or the yeah, I think session layer might be the composed layer.
I
I
don't
don't
know.
know.
Session layer is stronger than the stage's ordinary root layer stack. So session layer is instanceable equal to true compose result. Weak scene layer knows instanceable opinions. Final stage instanceable equal to true. Disabling instancing in the session layer support entry. What? Root layer is the main entry layer of USD stage. The layer that identifies the scene being opened. Okay. A session layer is a separate, usually temporary overlay. A session layer is a separate, usually temporary overlay whose opinions are composed more strongly than the root layer stack without modifying the root scene. Think of the root layer as the saved document and the session layer as a transparent tracing paper on top. Session layer stack stronger, root layer stack.
Weaker.
Main scene file, root sublayers, persistent scene
Oh
data,
yeah, yeah,
temporary
yeah,
overlay.
yeah. So I think this is the layer that we would do changes and compose a stage when both layers, author and opinions. But when is the
When
session?
both layer. Oh, I think I understand this. You remember we were opening the interpreter when we opened the USD view?
Mm-hmm.
So where does it make changes to to show the changes that we are making in the interpreter? It is making those changes in the session layer.
Oh, okay. So we have to use the stage dot CS
Maybe
to
I
make
might
sure
be
that.
wrong. I
No, no,
might be
yeah. I
wrong.
think that makes perfect sense.
When both layers author the opinions for the same property, the session layer's opinion normally wins because the layer stack is stronger. Its layer stack is stronger. What is the root layer? Is the layer that uses the stage's main entry point. The root layer may consist of prim definitions, property, blah blah blah. It does not have the entire scene. What is the session layer? The session layer is the separate layer used for temporary application specific or user specific overrides. Common in use cases temporarily hiding functions, enabling and disabling, instancing. Okay, viewport specific override. Yeah, look at this viewport specific overrides. Debugging composition. Okay, a session layer is commonly anonymous and exists only while the stage or application session is open. Yeah, look at this.
The session layer is commonly anonymous and exists only. Yeah, 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 yeah. Okay, 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 okay. Session stage dot get session layer. Session resolution is not normally a root sublayer. Oh, so I think
Practical
it's a
example
temporary
override instance.
.usd file that is created whenever we are whenever we try to open the USD and make changes into.
Hmm. Suppose the root layer contains this instanceable def car1 instanceable equal to true, authoritative root opinion is instanceable equal to true. Now the session layer authors instanceable equal to false, instanceable equal to stronger. Okay, the root file says still says true. Only the stage session sees the compose result as false. Okay, Python example. Session layer is stage dot get session layer. Set edit target session layer. Card equal to stage dot override trim parking lot car one false at insensible false. So print car dot is insensible, so the answer would be false. It would print false. Session layer dot export to string displays the data authored specifically in the session layer. Insensible equal to false. Root layer versus session layer. Temporary override overlay. Okay. Important distinction layer. Root layer. File bag. Session layer anonymous. Hmm. All right, I think we are going into a little depth.
Mhm.
No reason. Somebody in the chat just said sub dev bros.
What? Subdev.
Sub dev bros.
Sub, bro. We are OpenUSD bros. Physical AI. Fuck.
Debo Jyoti Bhattacharya 47HT. What's up, my man?
Subdev bros. Dev boy Bhattacharya G. All good. Dev Jyoti. Let's go with Jyoti. I would say I'm just gonna pick up that.
Let's go with Debo, bro. Just
Devo.
stick
Okay, we
with
will go with
Debo.
Devo. Sub Devo.
All right, disabling instancing in the session layer. Suppose the asset layer already authored both cars as instanceable. Suppose asset layer already okay. You can temporarily disable instancing only on card true. Card two is instanceable is false. Stronger false opinion wins. Scene layer, session layer false. Okay, so that's what it means. Got it. This lets you test questions such as: does scene performance improve when these repeated assets are instanceable? Are two prims actually sharing the same prototype? Does disabling instancing makes instance proxy editable? Is an unexpected result. Is an unexpected result caused by scene graph instancing. You can perform these tests without modifying production asset files. Insensible is different from the clearing of the opinion. Okay, author and explicit false. Remove the opinion from the current edit target, allowing weaker opinions to become visible again. Asset layer is insensible equal to true. Session layer insensible equal to false. Final result is false. After clearing the session opinion. Asset layer, session layer, and final result is true. Insensible is equal to true. No opinion, true. Okay. Exam identification, temporarily test instancing without modifying the source scene, override metadata in the strong layer, use the session layer, whatever. Okay, I think we are good for now.
Okay.
So classifying prims with instancing, consumers can check if a USD prim is an instance with an associated prototype using the following API: USD. So is instance. USD prim is instance. Check if the prim is an instance, returns true for car 1 and car 2 since they're instances, but returns false for car 3. So it is not referenced. Got it. Finding and traversing prototypes. A prototype prim is a special USD prim. A prototype prim is a special USD prim whose sole purpose is to serve as a parent of the scene graph shared by its associated instance prims. The following API can be used to retrieve prototypes prim or determine whether the a prim is part of the shared prototype. So get prototypes returns the list of prototype prims on the stage. If prim is an instance, get the corresponding prototype prim. Check if this prim is a prototype prim. Check if this prim is in a subtree rooted at a prototype prim. Hmm. Returns the prim slash prototype one. Hmm. Get prototype of the prim as an instance. Get the corresponding prototype prim. Return prim slash prim. So returns prototype one for car one and car two and invalid USD prim for all the other. Okay. Get prototype is in prototype. Prim is a prototype prim. Okay. Is in prototype.
But I think these are C++ functions.
Yeah, but it would be, I think just it would be replaced by get. Get is in prototype
No, no,
or
it's gonna
something
be
like that.
is valid prototype. It's not gonna be get. It's gonna be check if this is a prototype prim. So it's gonna be a valid thing because you're
Where
checking.
is the Python for this?
There's no Python, but if you're just saying that, if you're referring to Python, I'm gonna assume that it will be a valid thing, or maybe the Python does not exist in this.
Why? How is that possible? Bro? Python would exist.
It rained today. It rained. What was the weather?
Nice. It's gonna be cold tomorrow in NYC,
My God.
20
Oh, it's
degrees.
gonna rain the whole day tomorrow. Fuck. Fuck. Oh, it's gonna rain the whole day. Monday is 95. Tuesday is also gonna rain. Dude, it's gonna rain the whole week. What the fuck?
Raining, raining.
Is it gonna rain in New York? No, it's not gonna rain
Nope.
in New York.
Weather is good tomorrow.
It's not gonna
Uh,
rain in LA as well. But it's gonna rain in Dallas and all over the south side.
yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah. Let it rain over me. Mr. Worldwide. T-Pain. Mm, mm, let it rain over me. This lamp is really good, bro, for reading. I've been reading at night before
My God.
sleeping.
Oh my God.
It's actually pretty good.
Really? Then rate it on Amazon, bro. Rate it on Amazon. 5-star
I'm
rating.
not a fucking jobless motherfucker. Start rating on Amazon.
Help your brothers out. Rate it on Amazon.
No. Okay, let me just ask if there is Python for this. Alright, prototype do not have any metadata or properties, only child prims. Yes, see, get prototype is
Yes,
in prototype.
is prototype. Okay, it's prototype, not valid one.
I was
In
telling you,
prototype.
bro.
Okay.
Prim dot. So everything you was before, like after the colons. Mhm. Prototype prims do not have metadata or properties, only children. Prototype prims have root prims, six paths, example, okay, slash prototype one that can be used with get prim at path. However, they are considered siblings to the pseudo root in the scene graph. Because of this, they will not be returned when using USD stage traverse or when calling USD get children. On the pseudo root, consumers can access prototype via USD prim get prototype. Okay, instant. Because prototype prims are dynamically generated, the name of a prototype prim associated with an instance is not stable and may vary from run to run. Consumers should not save or hardcode the prim paths to prims in prototypes, but can use API described below if needed to determine an instance's prototype at runtime. All right, so this is stage is equal to this stage dot get prototype. So this will get the prototype. Okay. So this will be useful in getting the prototype. Okay, and this is the API. Okay, prototype prims are not included in the stage traversals. Note how the below functions do not include the prototype prims above. So list state dot traverse. Okay, okay, we have done this. Remember in the interpreter.
Yes.
So it will not include the prototypes. All right.
Wait. Go up. Can you
So
go? Wait. It will not include the prototype. Oh yeah, it won't include the prototype. Yes, it won't
in the
include.
stage traversal, I think this could be a question.
Yeah, straight traversals won't
Which
include.
which prims in this
Mhm.
stage traversals will not be included as the output?
Let me just note it down. Straight traversal
Prototype
stage
prims are
traversal prototype won't be
stage traversals.
included. Get pseudo root returns parking lot as it's gonna only return. Wait,
Mhm.
what is the stage dot pseudo root dot get children? Why is it returning parking lot only?
Pseudo root, bro. For
So it should return slash, right?
why would it return
But
slash, bro?
it's returning children of the pseudo root. Yes, it's correct. It's correct. My bad. Yeah, my bad. Yeah, it's correct. That's correct. Okay. Makes sense.
Dot get children.
So get pseudo root and then the children of the pseudo root.
Yeah, okay. So that is gonna be okay. There's only one child of the pseudo root.
Yeah.
That is parking lot. Mhm. All right. So USD stage arranges the scene graph so that the instance prims do not have any descendant prims. USD stage arranges the scene graph that instance prims do not have any descendant prims. These prims are instead encapsulated beneath prototype prims. Consumers can use USD prim get prototype to get an instance's prototype prim, then traverse its children the same way as other prims using USD prim get children prim range or similar facilities. So stage is equal to USD dot stage dot open parking lot dot USD. Okay, car one is equal to stage dot get prim at path. This car one is instance true. Car one dot get children. Okay. Hmm. So car one doesn't make any child prims available since it's an instance prim. Its children in the scene graph are parented beneath. What does it mean? Its children in the scene graph are parented beneath the prototype prim. Children, whose children? The
Mm.
instance prim. Get prim at path parking lot car one. Car one dot is instance. Yes, true. Car one dot get children is none. Okay. So consumers can query the instance prototypes for its child prims. So car one dot get prototype dot get children. So prototype one body and prototype one door. Oh, okay. So car1 dot get children does not work because it is instanceable. Its children are parented beneath the prototype prim. So car1 dot get prototype dot get children. Okay. USD dot prim prototype. Okay. Instanceable. Let's note this down. Bro. Instanceable prim does not have children. Its children in the scene graph are parented. Its children in the scene graph are parented beneath the prototype prim. Car- mm, mm, Get prototype. Don't get it.
MS Dhoni, Mahendra Singh Dhoni,
Amazon.
Jeff Bezos. Dude, I
Uh,
have this instance text with the
Somebody in the chat is asking what is OpenUSD. OpenUSD is the truth.
dude.
It's the pursuit
OpenUSD
of truth.
is what? It's universal scene description. OpenUSD helps you to animate movies like Cars, Toy Story 3, and Nemo.
Basically a 3D asset defining framework.
Yeah, rendering or defining. Yeah, dude, it's rendering as well
Hmm.
because we use USD View.
This is OpenUSD development.
This is what we are preparing for, and we have already failed once. Disclaimer.
USD is a high performance extensible software platform collaboratively constructing animated 3D scenes designed to meet needs of large scale film and visual effects production. F. He's saying F.
F, fuck you.
No F, bro.
F, what's F?
F is F.
Okay, it's F. Shit. It's F.
All right, let's get back. So, okay. Car dot on get prototype get children. So this is gonna give us the children of the prototype and then list USD prim range car1 dot get prototype. So USD prim. Hmm. So list USD prim range or okay. Get prim range. Okay. Car 3's child prims can be accessed directly since it's not an instance prim. Car 3's child prims can be accessed directly since it's not an instance prim. Car 3 is equal to stage dot get prim at path parking lot car 3. car 3 is equal to false. Okay, yes. So, okay. Traversing into instances with instance proxies, and instance proxy is a USD prim that represents a descendant prim beneath an instance, even though no such prim actually exists in the scene graph. Instance proxies allows consumers to work with the scene graph as if instancing were not being used, while retaining the load time and the memory usage benefits of instancing. Instance proxy is a USD prim that represents descendant prim beneath an instance. Okay, an instance proxy prim behaves the same as the corresponding prim in the prototype. However, an instance proxy retains context about instance being traversed, so they appear to be a prim beneath an instance. Its path is a descendant of the instance being traversed instead of descendant. Yeah, it is used for games and dev and movies. That's
Mhm.
true. F is to pay respect, bro. He clarified it for
Oh,
you.
F is to pay respect. I don't know that. There's a new slang term we learned today.
It's not a news term, bro.
I don't know, dude. Okay, did you know
Yeah,
that?
I knew it. That's why I said F is F.
Oh, F is F. I don't know. Like this, salute. Is that it? Salute you.
Oh, he's gone. Zero views. 76 views already.
My God, oh yo, my God.
How many subscribers do I have now?
110.
Do I? Oh, yeah, 110.
I think Edmar might be
Nice.
watching as well.
Why do you think that? All right. Anyhow, get prototypes. So what was this? USD stage, get prototypes, parking lot. Okay. So I'm not able to understand this part actually.
What instance proxy is a user prim that represents a descendant prim beneath the instance, even though, dude, open learn OpenUSD. Go to, yeah, look at the instance proxy.
I know that. I know what is instance proxy. This is okay. This is the
What
instance
is
proxy.
instanceable prim? And it's below
Yeah,
instance.
it is under instanceable prem. Okay, okay. So over here, there is no instance proxy over here. I'm guessing.
How would you? No, dude. There would be an instance proxy. If it's instanced out, then there's an instance proxy inside it. Any opinions that it has is an instance proxy.
Yes. Oh my bad. Yes, instanceable reference. So
Color is
color
an instance
3F.
proxy.
Okay, and it's saying over here that even though no such prim actually exists in the scene graph, an instance proxy allows consumer to work with scene graph as if instancing were not being used while retaining the load time and memory usage benefits of instancing. Okay, got it. An instance proxy prim behaves the same as the corresponding prim in the prototype. But this is not a prim, it's a property, right? Instance proxy prim. This is a prim. This is a property, not a prim. No, dude, you're wrong. I think that color
What
is
am I
not an
wrong?
instance.
It's
That color is not an instance proxy, bro.
that
That is
color is
just a
not an instance
property.
proxy. A read only. Go down. Wait. Read only. Wait. No. Like I mean, go up. Go up. My bad. My bad. Go up. Yeah. This is VO, a read-only addressable stand-in of the prototype frame of instance. So in your prototype, if you're defining color, what it would be called?
Attribute.
And that attribute relates to instance proxy, I guess. Just ask AI.
No, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. That is not the case.
Instance proxy behaves as however an instance retains context of the instance during traverse, so there appear to bring its descendant.
Its path is a descendant of the instance being traversed instance of the descendant of the prototype. Consumers should generally be able to use instance proxy anywhere a USD prim is used. The primary exception is that editing scene description via instance proxies and their properties is not allowed. Editing scene description via instance proxies and their properties are not allowed. Sui. An instance proxy is the read-only view. But what the fuck is it? Is it an attribute or a fucking prim? Why is it so fucking vague?
As an instance proxy is a read-only view of prototype through that as a prototype were physically stored under carbon, even though the real composed from lives under prototype, such as prototype body, what it is using your car. Like car example, parking lot.usd instanceable equal to true, and that is true. Go down.
Bro, it froze. This fucking page froze.
Oh, Chat GPT crashed. Fuck you, Sam Altman. Dude, you know who's sponsoring SIGGRAPH?
Oh,
The
NVIDIA.
OpenAI.
OpenAI.
OpenAI and Dell are sponsoring.
Why?
I don't know why, dude. Like, I think because of the compute, maybe agents or whatever. But if you go onto the SIGGRAPH site and look at the page that you shared to me, right? It's gonna say the sponsors are OpenAI and go to Physical AI Day. Yeah, yeah. Go to Physical AI Day. Yeah.
Oh, Dell Technologies and OpenAI. Dell and OpenAI. Yeah, bro, we made a correct choice.
Yeah, bro. I just want to get a selfie with Jensen Wang.
I don't think he's gonna be there.
Hopefully he is. Usually he is mostly at, like, this is a event that is meant for him as well. Like, because he's promoting this physical AI and all those things.
Maybe he's there. Sam Altman. What if we bump into Sam Altman
No,
and
bro.
you
He
call him
won't.
Scam
He
Altman?
won't. He's busy with the lawsuit that Apple has thrown upon him.
Bro, OpenAI has a lot of lawsuits.
No, no, but this one is like serious critical. So the thing happened was there was a engineer named Lee or something like that, and
Mm-hmm.
Leah or Lee, and so she left Apple, but she did not return
Mm-hmm.
the company's device, and
Mm-hmm.
apparently there was a bug in their uh, network or some kind of login, and
Mm-hmm.
because of that they were able to access all the information of Apple and like the trade secrets and all that bullshit.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the lawsuit about. Yeah, yeah.
So how is like, oh, she's a part of OpenAI now.
Yeah, yeah. So she left Apple and got onto OpenAI.
Mm-hmm.
Physical Apple prototypes, secret project code names, and prototype. Like, bitch, we are
Files to
gonna make
get
you rich.
the
Just bring the data. Oh yeah, Tan. I don't know. Yeah, Tan. OpenAI chief hardware officer, co-departing employees on how to dodge Apple's exit check.
what the hell?
That's how you security evasion. That's how you coach it.
A former senior system electrical engineer
You, yeah,
allegedly
yeah, yeah.
used a software bug to access and download confidential hardware files from
No, she did
an
not
Apple
give her
laptop.
Apple MacBook back, and there was a software bug through which she was able to get the data from the network. And I'm like, dude, how the fuck can a company like Apple uh, let's just block their VPN off? Like,
Mm-hmm.
it's all about VPN, right? If you're not able to connect to the VPN, then you are not into the network.
Mm-hmm. They don't have highly experienced engineers like you, my
Oh
bro.
my god, brother. That's
That's the
why.
reason.
That's why I should go and apply and just mention this reason that, dude. You should just keep a VPN over there.
Oh, the guy is back in the chat and he's saying, I am here. Press F to pay respects, originating from the 2014 video game Call of Duty Advanced Warfare, where players are said to press F key during the funeral quick time event to interact with a coffin.
Who's dead?
That is sick.
Dude,
I've played
I have played
Battlefield.
Call of Duty, but I do not recall that part. Or maybe I haven't played that version or something like that.
Yeah. I've not played the FPS part. I've just played the online.
Oh,
So he was just paying respect by saying F your ass. Alright. Don't miss our partners at Sigraph. Nebius,
buy the.
Foundry,
There is no core view for PNY. PNY is a really good
Unreal Engine,
Unreal Engine.
RTX Spark, A New Beginning.
I won't be able to attend the RTX render day, so but anyway,
Mm.
no worries.
Mm. Bro, you should have just skipped the FSU thing. You should have just
No,
called in sick
dude,
or something.
like it's a commitment thing, bro. I cannot because I was the one that initiated that, so I would have to fulfill the commitments out. I would have, dude. I won't give a shit because the thing was, I was the one that told, and I'm the only one that is managing that project. So it would be a great opportunity for me to present what I have been working on for so long.
Hmm.
That's why. Otherwise, I would have definitely skipped that part. But my supervisor was like, "Hey, there's something that is gonna come up in July, and do you want to participate in this?" I'm like, "Yeah, definitely." What else do I have? And that was
Mhm.
in February, like February or March.
Hmm.
So, and I didn't know that this thing might come up. So yeah,
Hmm.
this is what we call balance and fuck. No worries.
F, bro, F.
F, and then in FSU I will go and press F to pay me respect.
All
On
right.
my booth where I will be presenting, I will put a F button. Press F to pay respect.
Damn. All right. An instance proxy is the read-only view of a prototype descendant through particular instance path. It lets USD consumers traverse parking lot car one body as though body were physically stored under car one. Oh, so it is attribute, bro. And even though the real compose prim lives under a prototype such as prototype. Okay, okay, I got it.
Oh my god.
Uh, yeah. Using your car example, parking lot USD. Okay, def parking lot, def car one. Okay, reference this. So USD would be def what car? Okay, this is the prototype. Def car, def mesh body, def mesh door. Okay, so because car one and car door compatible instance frames, USD may compose one shared prototype. Yes, USD does not independently compose these full subtrees. Car one body, car two. Okay, instead it composes prototype one, prototype door, but consumer will still need to ask questions such as what is the mesh beneath car one? What will be the world transform car to body? Which instance am I currently traversing? Instance proxy provide the contextual view. So suppose you obtain body proxy stage dot get prim path parking lot R1 body. That prim appears to have this path. So it is all an illusion. Yeah, bro, it is. Like you like this in theory, like in reality, this does not exist. But its underlying composed data responds to this. Conceptually, instance proxy paths are this, reads data from this, retains context from parking lot car one. That retained instance context is important for transforms, inherited properties, and material binding and traversal. Assume car.usd contains def car, def mesh body, okay, prim as display color. So, and the parking lot places the car differently. Def x form parking lot. Def x form car one instance will equal to true, reference is equal to car.usd. Okay. Car one is instanceable and it has two local opinions. Car two is instanceable and it has two local opinions. The body geometry is shared through one prototype, but two proxy paths preserve the instance context. Same prototype mesh data, world position near x is equal to 0. And same prototype mesh data, world position near x is equal to 10. So geometry is shared, but assume okay. Body door. So what? So the geometry is shared, but each proxy knows which instance it belongs to. Got it. I've got it. Let me just see the notebook version. Instance root, this shared prototypes, prototype one more, instance proxy views. Chat rate my glasses, chat.
Press F to pay respect. Press F to
That's
pay
true.
respect.
That is so true.
I'm telling you, tomorrow this my website won't run properly for some reason.
Bye. Bye.
I don't know, bro. I don't know. That's how the ISP fucks me up.
What the fuck is ISP, bro? Let me see. ISP.
Internet service provider. Internet.
It is the company that gives your server access to internet. Without ISP, your server will not send. Okay. Do you want to compare internet plans? Okay. An instance proxy represents a prototype descendant through an instance path. It preserves which instances being traversed. Should behave like a normal USD prim for reading and inspection. It does not represent independently composed duplicate prim. It cannot be edited. Got it. Calling USD stage get prim at path with a path to a descendant of the instance prim will return the instance proxy will if a corresponding prim exists in that instance prototype. By default, various prim traversal facilities like USD prim, get children, and USD prim range do not return instance proxies. USD traverse instance proxies can be used. mm, can be used to enable this functionality. By default, this uses the same USD prim default predicate used by the other traversal functions, but it can be combined with USD prim flags predicates. For example, combining it with prim all prims predicate would yield the same filtering behavior as USD prim get all children, but with instance proxies enabled.
Ooh, dude, they updated cursor. Damn.
Mm,
What the fuck?
what up?
Dude, they have made cursor shitty for me.
That's why I have not updated it yet in my work laptop.
Dude, I don't know, bro. I think it got auto updated.
Mm.
I think they have completely migrated from the VS Code fork, right? That's why they are bringing in everything new.
Oh, so they're not using the VS Code fork anymore.
Yeah, yeah, dude. They have completely migrated from VS Code fork to their own code base. Like similar to, I think they're bringing. Oh, by the way, Chat GPT Atlas browser is down. Like they have discontinued it. Perplexity wins.
Bruh.
Perplexity wins.
Atlas.
One player down.
Perplexity. Mm. I don't know, bro. I'm still not convinced by
No
perplexity.
worries,
Like,
bro.
for me, it has not done it.
But for me, dude, it has done miracles. Miracles. First of
I
all, I
don't know,
don't get
bro.
unnecessary ad tracking right now. Maybe in the future. Also, I'm
Eye
only paying
tracking?
$5, so it won't hurt me.
Hmm.
Like, it's the subscription is like $20, but for some reason, I'm still paying $5, so that's good on my end.
I see. I don't know, bro. Like, I need to for me, Google is better because I can directly get the relevant links that I'm looking for very quickly. But in Perplexity, it does not work properly for
Like
some
you
reason.
have multiple options. For you, Google works because we are typically used with Google's 301 download. Let me just download my backup and then I'm gonna upload it securely. Teams.
Hmm. All right.
Oh, dude, I have to take backup of my laptop as well. Fuck, it's been like
Use time machine.
yes. For that I need a hard drive, and my hard
Hmm.
drive is in office, so I would have to go. Dude, I have made a hard drive that takes backup of my MacBook only. That's it. That's a 8 terabyte
Hmm.
drive, and nobody can use it apart from me.
8 terabyte drive
Yeah.
for a fucking MacBook backup.
So the thing was, they were drive laying around, and I'm like, "Hey, can I use this for backup?" And they're like, "Yes." And then they tried to use it for something else, and because MacBook uses a different kind of format that Windows
I know,
doesn't
I know. Yeah, yeah,
support, and because of
yeah.
that,
So you have to like rewrite the whole
yeah,
thing.
yeah. So they're like, "Okay, that
Yeah.
is for this guy only. We don't touch it."
Hmm. I see. Yeah, my Cloud Code did it for me.
Yeah, backup.
Yeah, backup and everything.
But
It
where are you
rewrote the
backupping it
hard
from?
drive and everything.
Oh, in your hard drive, right? Not SSD.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, nice, nice.
All right. So Carbon doesn't make any children prims available by default. It's an instance prim. So get prim path USD dot traverse instance proxies to enable instance proxies with the same filtering that USD prim dot get children would do. Carbon get filter children USD traverse. Let me take a quick break, bro.
Your RAM is filling
Oh,
up.
heated.
No worries, no worries. 50 more minutes.
150 more minutes?
Like one.
No, we can do it till 3 now, right? Because you don't have to
Yeah,
go
but dude,
tomorrow.
I've been studying open. Dude, I've been studying for the whole day. Open USD. My RAM is exhausting, but
Mm,
that's why I was planning that. Okay, we might do since we might do the quiz, but that's fine.
mm.
Yeah. Okay, where are we? What the fuck? Where is your screen? Yeah. Oh, there. Wait. It is. Oh no. What the fuck? What? Bring it back and then detach. Yes. Do you want to do some pull-ups?
Yeah, bro, let me see if I can get something to eat as well. But I don't have anything. Mhm. Mm.
Are you trying to get something to eat?
Mhm. I already ate.
Oh, you ate. That was quick.
Mm. No, there's a deli right outside my place because of which I do so much spending.
Oh, what is
Like I can just go outside and
you
they
wanna give
can
a
just
shout
make
out
some
to them? Maybe they might give you free food.
Delancey bites. It's called
Dylan's
Delancey bites.
please give my boy some free snacks for this only while he streams. That's it.
This is the place. Delancey
Guys,
bites.
please give a shout out to Dylan for feeding my boy. A desperate time calls for desperate needs.
Mm. Yeah, the food is good over here.
Dylan. What is the best thing that you like about this place? Like the food, and by the food, like any wrap, sandwiches.
Spinach wrap.
Spinach
Simple
wrap
spinach
is the
wrap.
one. Guys, please give it a try. If anyone's watching and anyone's from New York.
Yeah, I'm gonna ask the guy over there. I'm gonna show the stream and I'm gonna show him like, listen, I'm promoting it. You need to give me stuff for free now,
No, I think
Just
if you if
one
you
wrap
if
a
you
day.
ask directly for free, then I think it won't be that good. I ask that I'm promoting you. If I can get any discount or something like that, let's start with that, and then maybe we'll say, yeah, let's do it free.
I'll review the food on stream as well.
Oh yeah, like
Guys, look at
oh
this.
yeah, yeah. You know what we can do? We can like get
Food critic.
any new
Uh,
products that he's trying to launch, and then he can directly launch on the stream 200 subscribers that are in India. That are
in India.
in India.
Guys, if you come to New York City, don't miss the Delancey bites. Bro, there's this world famous deli called Catch Deli. I want to go here.
Cats, cats, oh cats, oh cats.
I don't know why it's famous. Since 1888, oldest. I think this is NYC's oldest deli.
Nice. But these deli usually serve cold food.
No, who
No,
said?
oh, I
No.
thought so. Like Delhi, that's what it means.
Oldest and most iconic Jewish deli.
Jewish.
Massive handcuffed pastrami sandwiches, and it's starring role in the
Hopefully, if Hitler is
movie.
alive, doesn't watch our stream.
Bruh. When Harry met Sally. Oh, that's why it is popular.
And then Shah Rukh Khan made Harry Matt Sejal.
जब Harry met Sejal
Yes.
or something like that.
Paraphrasing. I think movies should have some kind of, Morse code too, so that they they can have some plagiarism rating that how much are you plagiarizing.
hmm Bro, just one movie can make a fucking restaurant money for life.
Not
Marketing is
live, but
insane.
for a certain period of time, I would say, not live.
No, bro, like now it has just become a hype. Like, bro, you have no idea. Like, whenever I pass that deli,
Mm.
there is a big line outside just to fucking
I
go inside.
see.
That is insane.
Mm.
Okay. I think we should continue.
Yes.
Ah, fuck. Instance. Mm-hmm. So, calling USD stage get prim at path with a path to descendant of a instance prim will return an instance proxy with a corresponding prim. If a corresponding prim exists in that instance prototype, by default, the various prim traversal facilities like, okay, let's look at the code. Stage is equal to USD dot stage dot open parking lot dot USD. Car1 is equal to stage dot get prim at path parking lot car1. Okay.
Dude, my house is so cold.
What the fuck are you doing, bro?
Stretching. Oh.
Hmm. All right, so car1 is equal to state. Okay, so car dot is instance true, car dot, so nothing. Get children does nothing. Get filter children. USD traverse instance proxy. You use USD dot traverse instance proxy to enable instance proxy with the same filtering that USD prim dot get children would do. So car1 dot get filter children. Hmm. Car1 body is equal to stage dot get prim at path. Hmm. Hmm.
Exports.
What are you doing, bro?
Nothing, bro. Just opening an Excel. Excel.
All right. Editing instance and prototypes. Calling USD.state.get prim at path with path of prim beneath an instance will also return an instance proxy with the path of prim beneath an instance. R1 body is equal to state.get prim at path. Okay.
Unlike premise and Border, you can walk up an instance proxy parent to find its own instance. Oh. Oh, you get parent, find out instance parent. Hmm.
Unlike prim and prototypes, you can walk up an instance proxy's parent prims to find out its owning instance. From an instance proxy, you can retrieve the corresponding prim in the instance prototype. R1 body.get prim in prototype. USD.prim prototype 1 body. Instance proxy can be used for read-only operations anywhere a USD prim is used. Unlike prims in prototypes, you can walk up an instance proxy's parent prims to find its owning instance. Okay, from an instance proxy, you can retrieve the corresponding prim in the instance prototype. R1 body dot get prim in prototype 1. Okay, instance proxies can be used for read-only operations anywhere. A USD prim is used. Imageable car USD geom dot imageable car1 body.
Instance proxy can be used for read-only operations anywhere. Oh.
What is the image? Not compute local to world transform. What does that mean? USD dot timecode default. GF dot matrix 4D. What?
Dude, like it's an incomplete code. No, 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 no. Wait. Oh, it's not an incomplete code. It's a Python compiler that is trying to run. Except cache, it's using xeom.xform cache, and then it's converting the local to world transform carbon body. I don't know what it does though.
Okay, anyway, we can move on. That is not that important. Editing instances and prototypes, properties and metadata. Example, variant selection. On instance prims can be edited and overridden like any other prim. However, properties and metadata on descendant prims beneath instance prims cannot be overridden since prototype prims are dynamically generated and do not exist in scene description. Overriding properties and metadata on prototype prims in prototype is also not allowed. Attempting to make these restricted changes via USD API will result in coding errors. Any existing overrides in scene description will be silently ignored. Okay. So stage is equal to USD dot stage open parking lot USD car one color is equal to stage dot get prim at path parking lot get attribute color. So car one dot color dot get, so it will return the color. Color dot set is true, so it will set the color. Okay. So edited and overridden. So it is overwriting or editing the color. Properties on prims in prototypes cannot be overridden. This is also the case when accessing the property via an instance proxy. The prototype is equal to state.get prim at path dot get prototype. Okay. Prototype body color is equal to prototype dot get child body dot get attribute color. So prototype body color dot get is this. Prototype body color set this. So this will give out a Pixar dot tf error exception. So this is important. So I'll note three things actually over here. Instance proxy represent prototype descendants or instance one instance like a normal used for reading. Normal USD prim for reading and inspection. And does not represent widely composable Java edited. Shows that data through an instance. Path. Okay, properties on instance can be overridden as expected. But not on prototypes. Alright.
These restriction that share. An instance progress represents a prototype descendant. For instance, card preserving instance non-user project cannot be represented independently. It cannot be edited into identify a term prototype to create.
Hmm. Instance proxy body is equal to state.getPrim path. Okay, instance proxy dot get attribute color and dot get will return this. These restrictions ensure that scene graph is a prototype in a prototype prim can be shared by all instances. If an instance specific edit to prim in a prototype is needed, that instance must be made uninstanceable. See making prims uninstanceable so that it will no longer participate in instancing, although editing prototypes is disallowed. USD's composition arcs can be used to achieve many of the same effects. For example, consumer could add inherit or specialize arcs to an instance, then make edits to the class targeted by those arcs. Those edits would then affect all of the specified references. Yes, we know this. Relationship targets and attribute connections. Relationship and attributes may have authored target and connection paths that point to object beneath an instance frame. In these cases, the API the API for retrieving these paths, such as USD relation, USD relationship, get targets, or USD attribute, get connections, will not translate them to the corresponding object in the instance prototype rem. Hmm. What does this statement mean? Although editing prototype is disallowed, USD's composition arcs can be used to achieve many of these aims. For example, consumers could inherit a special. Yes, we did this. So, relationship targets and attribute connections. Relations of an attribute may have authored target and connection paths that point to objects beneath an instance frame. In these cases, the API for retrieving these paths, such as USD relationship get targets or relationship get connection, will not translate them to prim. Consumers can use instance proxy to retrieve corresponding objects in the prototype frame if needed. However, these functions are called on that belong to the prim prototype paths that point to objects in instances of that prototype will be returned as paths in the prototype. Example, scene description, and scene graph with relationships. What does this mean? So, def car1 instanceable true, instanceable equal to true. This is custom relationship. Shopping cart, custom relationship body rel is equal to parking lot car1 body and parking lot car2 body. Parking lot car1 body. Okay. So, this is referencing this, and the body of car1 and car2 are related. Okay. What does that mean?
Which part?
The relationship is defined over here, right?
Yeah.
And the relationship is between parking lot, car one, body. So parking lot, car one, and then body of the prototype.
And the shopping cart. And then the shopping cart. Where is shopping
Then
cart?
custom rel, door, rel, car and door. Car and door. So what the fuck does it want us to note? The following example demonstrates behavior with relationship targets, but the same behavior holds for attribute connections. Attribute may have author target connections. Path at the point to object beneath an instance frame. In these cases, the API for retrieving these paths, such as used relationship get targets. Them to corresponding object in the instance prototype frame. Consumers. Okay, so now what are they doing in the code stage? Is equal to USD dot stage open okay cart is equal to stage dot get frame at path parking lot shopping cart. Okay, so this is stored inside cart. And then card body rel card dot get relationship body rel card dot get relationship body rel, so it will return car1 and car2. Body rel is relationship on the frame that is not being instanced. Its target point to prim beneath car1 and car2, which are both. Bro, these fucking idiots.
What happened? What happened? What happened? What happened?
Something bird.
Is something burning?
Oh, something is baking in the oven.
Something is getting baked. Something is getting baked.
The oven light is not working, bro. That is fucking scary.
What?
It does not. Bro, oven light shows when the oven is on or not.
Oh.
So it was not on, but there is something in the oven and it's hot. That means it is on. Anyway, body rail is a relationship on the prim that is not being instanced. Its target point to prims beneath car 1 and car 2, which are both instance on the scene. So car body rail dot get targets SDF dot path parking lot car body 1, car 1 body, and then car 2 body. I see. Hmm. Bro, my roommate, she keeps bringing fucking Kit Kat and chocolate cake and
Wow.
keeps baking cookies and fucking I'm trying to stay here on a diet and the whole house is smells of that baked chocolate cookie and fucking torture. All right. Card body rel targets USD dot prim USD dot prim. Lemon gecko.
Instance proxy stage dot get path. Mhm.
Happening. What's happening? Hmm. Okay. Common issues. Let's just see what this is doing. Body rel is relationships, so it is gonna get targets. Okay, so it has got targets over here. Calling dot USD dot stage dot get prim at path with these targets will return instance proxies, so consumers can easily interact with these targets even though they are prims beneath instance. So stage dot get prim at path P for P in cart body rel dot get targets. Okay, so get prim path. Okay, like there's low rel is relationship on the prim beneath at instance. So door rel. Okay. So door rel is the beneath. Door rel is a relationship on the prem beneath an instance. If accessed through the instance prototype, the target path returned will be returned as paths in the instance prototype. Prototype is used to stage.get prem at path parking lot car1.get prototype. Mm-hmm. Prototype door rel is equal to prototype dot get child. Body get relationship door rel. So prototype door rel dot get path. So okay, SDF dot path prototype one body dot yes, that is correct. Prototype dot get targets. Okay. So prototype one door. Get targets only prototype one door. If relationship is accessed through instance proxy, the relationship targets APIs behave as though instancing is not present. Instance proxy is equal to state or get primary path. Okay. Instance proxy door rel instance proxy dot get relationship door rel instance proxy door rel get path. Okay. So parking lot car one body dot door rel instance proxy door rel dot get targets. Okay. Door. Instance proxy two. Okay. Got it. All right. We can go to common issues now. Instancing single prims, since instancing shares a scene graph hierarchy beneath instance prims. Instancing a single prim that has no descendants provide no benefits. Since instancing shares scene graph hierarchy beneath instancing a single prim that has no descendants provides no benefit. In the case that instancing a single prim is desired, example instancing a mesh, the prim should be made a descendant of another prim that is referenced into the scene shown below. Def instance mesh source.
Model instance. We have instance true, instance true. So
What
what is
does
the
this
common
mean?
issue?
Since
The
yeah, I'm also trying to understand. Instancing shares the scene graph hierarchy beneath instance prims. Okay. Instancing a single prim that has no descendants provides no benefits. Oh, okay. Got it, got it. In the case that instancing a single prim is desired. Example, instancing a mesh. That prim should be made a descendant of another prim and that is referenced into the scene. Okay, got it. But why? Why is that?
shares a single and beneath instance by instancing a single from that has no descendants provides
So
no.
it's basically saying what it's saying is if you want to reference this def mesh,
Uh-huh.
you cannot do that directly. You need to put this under a different thing. What is it called? Not
Different prim.
yeah. The prim should be made descendant of another prim that is referenced into the scene. Like this. So this whole thing should be referenced.
So this whole should be referenced. Like, wait, I don't get it. So you are saying that in the case instancing a single
Read this, bro. Read this.
since instancing shares the scene graph hierarchy beneath instance prims, instancing a single prim that has no descendants provides no benefit. Okay. So in the case that instancing a single prim is desired, example instancing a mesh, the prim should be a descendant of another prim that is referenced into the scene. So mesh descendant. But I still don't get it. Does it mean by descendant over here at this point? Like
Bro,
descendant.
this is a descendant. This is a descendant. This is the ancestor and this is the descendant.
Oh,
So it's basically saying you cannot just make you cannot just reference def mesh over here.
okay. Oh, so
You
you
have
have
to
to have a parent prim covering that
yeah,
prim. Oh, that's what.
exactly.
So you then at that point you will
For
reference that
example,
parent.
over here as well.
Oh, I see.
But this is not doing that. This has a body and a door. A car one, okay. But why is that? I need to understand why. Why is it like that? Instancing shares the same graph hierarchy, but the instance primes instancing a single prime has no descendants, provides no benefits. Oh, no benefits. Okay. In this case, that instancing a single prime is desired. In the case that single instancing a single prim is desired, example instancing a mesh, the prim should be made a descendant of another prim that is referenced into the scene. Okay. Or advanced topics. How USD generates prototype prims. Nested instancing. To determine the set of prototype prims needed, USD stage analyzes each prim marked as instanceable and computes an instancing key that consists of the direct composition arcs on the prim that pull in scene description in order from strongest to weakest. The direct composition arcs on the prim that pull in scene description order from strongest to weakest. Variant selection apply to the prim value clips that affect the prim USD stage load rules. To determine the set of prototype prims needed, USD stage analyzes each prim marked as instanceable and computes an instancing key that consists of the direct composition arcs the prim that pull in scene description in order from strongest to weakest. The variant selection applied to the prim variant value clips that affect the prim, the USD stage roles from the stage that apply to the prim and its descendants, the USD stage population mask from the stage that applies to the prim and its descendants. These elements, along with the restriction on per instance overrides on descendant prims and their properties guarantee that every prim with the same key will have same scene graph hierarchy beneath them and that computing any values or metadata will return the same result. USD stage groups the instanceable prims by their key and generates a prototype prim for each group. During this process, USD stage will select one instanceable prim per group to serve as the source for the corresponding prototype prim. The selection, I don't get it, nested instance, advanced topics. What the fuck is that? Do you get this?
I think it's telling us about the preference that it will give. So I think the first preference will be given to the variant selection, and then the value clips, and then the load rules, I would say. Okay, it has an instancing key that will focus on, oh, composition arcs on the prim that pull in the scene description, and then the variant selection applied to the prim. So I think this is like more of a complex. Dude, is this thing in our uh, exam guide or not?
Bro, this whole document was in the exam guide.
Where
Look at this.
hmm,
Yeah. Whole thing.
I see.
But we're almost done. We just have to look at nested instancing and that's it.
Oh,
And flattening. We're done with that then.
nice.
And that scene graph instancing is asked in multiple places. So this
Oh
is
no, no,
like
no, no, I know, I know.
like over here it I think it is mentioned in multiple places. Oh, not really. Applying time sampled velocities to geometry.
Oh, using velocity is only reliable way to encode motion so primitive. This thing is important. Let me note it down.
Already had that question.
Using velocities is the only reliable way of encoding motion
I must be back.
of primitive. Whose topology is varying over time. Velocities. If no, okay, to help ensure that all consumers of GOSD geom data will compute identical posing from same data set. We describe how the position, velocity, and acceleration should be sampled and combined to produce interpolated positions. Okay, so what do we combine? Position, velocity, and acceleration. Okay, okay. If no velocities are authored, then we fall back to standard position computation logic. If the time sample bracketing a requested sample have the same number of elements, apply interpolation. Oh, if the time sample bracketing a requested okay, between two samples, otherwise we use the value of the sample with lower or earlier coordinate. Right. If values are authored, then we fall back to standard positions, computation logic. If the time sample bracketing a requested sample have, what is this? If okay, between if okay, standard.
Let me put this in ChatGPT, bro. We should.
Yeah.
Is this part of the thing as well? Yes, it is.
Yeah, just put it.
ChatGPT is gonna say, bruh, teach this, bruh. But we didn't finish nested instancing, but okay, we can take a short detour.
No, we have to complete. So wait, so this is not part of instancing.
No, bro.
So where did
I
this?
I opened it because I was taking a look at this like guide.
Oh,
So it was mentioned over here, applying time sample velocities.
oh, okay. So okay, and how much is that instance? Okay, but let's finish that.
That is just
Okay,
that
no, but then
instancing.
let's finish that. Let's finish this. Yeah, let's finish this first, and
Yeah,
then
bro.
yeah.
Let me 1 second. I'll just put it over here and then we can. Not open USD. Hmm. Yeah, we were not able to understand this part over here.
Mm.
Confucius. Instant? Why is it fucking using instant? All right, we start reading this, bro.
Instancing.
This part.
The easiest way to think about this is user gives every instanceable prim a composition fingerprint called instancing key. Prim with matching fingerprints share one prototype. Prim with different fingerprints needs different prototypes. Yes.
Oh, okay, okay. Hmm.
So prototype
Keep
stores
going.
the descendant subtree. Prototypes authored directly on instancing roots can still differ without creating separate prototypes. Start with basic example. Suppose car.usd contains.
Wait, what did it say? Prototype stores the shared descendant subtree.
Yeah.
This shades, okay, properties authored directly on the instance roots can still differ without creating separate prototypes. What? Prototypes authored directly on instance roots. Properties authored directly on instance roots. Properties authored on directly on instance roots. What is? Can still differ without creating separate prototypes. I don't know. Okay. Start with the basic example. Suppose car.usd contains
Standard def body, standard body type, standard def mesh door, sport, def mesh string type, def mesh door, def mesh sport. So there are two possible descendant hierarchy.
s- yeah, standard and sport, def mesh body, string body type standard, def mesh door, and then def sport is body, door, and spoiler. Nice. So body type sport. Okay, there are two possible descendant hierarchies.
Trim equal to
Trim is equal to
car
standard,
body door.
car body door, trim is sport, car body door spoiler. Now the parking lot contains three instanceable cars. So def x form car one instanceable is equal to true. Reference is car.usd slash car. Variants is equal to string trim standard. So it has chosen standard for car one. But car 2 is standard as well, and car 3 is reference instanceable, references the same reference variant sport. So USD computes the keys. Conceptually, the keys look like this: reference car 1 key, reference car USD standard none same, car USD standard none same, car 3
Sport.
sport none same. So car 1 is equal to car 2 key, car 3 key is not equal to car 1 key.
Okay, because
So
of
USD groups them like group A is car 1 2 and group B is car 3. Then it creates one prototype per group. So this prototype has one group and this prototype has another group. Important clarification, the root colors can differ. Car 1 is red, color 3F. Car 2 is green, color 3. Yes, they may still share the prototype because those colors are authored directly on the instance roots.
variance.
Yes, this is what you.
Variance because of variance.
No, bro. This is not because of variants.
Because
Because
of
those colors
variance.
are authored directly.
So why are they authored directly on instance roots? Because of variants. If you do not select that variant, it won't work, right? Like if you
They have no variants for bro. They are not selecting variants for color. They are require like just defining the color directly. Look at this.
instance roots. Oh, okay, okay.
Color 3. They are not selecting any variants for that. This is just purely because the local opinion of the color is here. That's why their authored opinion, like the authored opinion is directly over here. So that's why they are picking up the color.
Hmm.
Important clarification, the root color can differ. Yes. Because these colors are authored directly on the instance roots. The prototype presence represents the shared subtree beneath the instance body door spoiler. It does not replace the instance root itself. Instance specific data, shared prototype data, car1 dot color red, car2 dot color green, body and door. So the statement every prim with the same key returns the same value and metadata. Hmm. Should be understood primarily as referring to the shared prototype subtree and corresponding instance proxies, not arbitrarily properties authored directly on each instance root.
So what's is inside the instance direct composition or these are directly authored instance.
Bro, did I tell you about this REK?
No.
Humanoid robot fighting.
Oh, damn.
This is like you can take your robot and you can put it in fights.
Oh, like there's a movie, right? I do not recall. Yeah,
Real
Real
steel.
Steel.
I've seen that movie. But this is like, yeah, that movie was too advanced, but like this is just starting off. See events. Let's see if
I'll be back. Taking a piss.
one second, bro. I'll be back. I want to take a piss as well. What?
Let's get back to it.
Second, 1 second. I'm coming. Bro. Okay. Fuck me. Okay, let's get back.
Mm.
Yeah. So the prototype represents the shared subtree beneath the instance body door spoiler. It does not replace the instance root itself. Instance specific data, shared prototype data, car1 color dot red. The prototype represents the shared subtree beneath the instance. It does not replace the root instance itself. So the statement every prim with the same key returns the same value, and metadata should be understood primarily as referencing the to the shared prototype subtree and corresponding instance proxies, not arbitrary properties authored directly on each instance root. What is inside the instancing key? What is inside the instancing key? Direct composition arcs. Direct composition arcs. These are composition arcs directly authored on insensible prims that bring in scene description, references, car.usd, at the rate car1 recipe, insert car.usd. This part of the key matches. If one car references another asset, then it has different, therefore they cannot share a prototype arc. Order also matters. Suppose two prims contain multiple references, prepend references, car and damage. And this is damage and car. Even though the same asset appears, the ordering can affect the composition strength and final result. Conceptually, key A, car, then damage. Okay. Different ordered composition recipes can mean different instancing keys. Okay. Variant selection can change the hierarchy or value beneath the instance. So trim is equal to standard. Trim equals, so okay. Value clips. Yeah, value clips is one of the other topics that we need to cover, bro.
Mm-hmm.
I think I have that open somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
Change processing. Nobody know. What is your goal this time? How much do you want to score? How much did you score last time?
62, brother. What I'm telling you, 62.
52%.
Yeah.
How much is it out of 70?
How much is out of 70? I don't. I did not calculate that.
Hmm. 42 or 43.
Yeah.
How much are you aiming this time?
100%, brother. That's my goal.
Yeah, bro,
Yeah,
even I want to do it well
100% in
then.
every fucking thing.
Yeah. Damn, today's stream got a lot of views. 134. Alright. Variant selection can change the hierarchy or values beneath the instance. Trim is equal to standard, body door, trim is equal to sport. Okay, therefore this is one of the most important exam cases. Changing to instance variant selection can cause it to move to one prototype group or to another. Value clips can provide animated values for properties. Suppose two instanceable prims reference the same car but use different clip configuration. Car 1 is animation clip is idle, car 2 animation clip is damage driving. So even if their reference is identical, the clip configuration differs, therefore USD may need separate prototypes. Oh, so this can be a question, bro.
What?
Uh, if the two references have a different value clip, will they have a separate prototype for the instancing? Answer is yes.
Yes. And for variants as well.
Yeah, for variant, we already knew.
Yes.
If their reference is identical, the clip configuration differs. Stage load rules determine whether payloads are loaded. Suppose car.usd contains a payload. Def x form car. Payload is car geometry.usd. The stage might effectively load the payload under one car but not another. Conceptually, car 1 payload loaded. Car 1 is body and door. Stage load rules. Load rules determine whether payloads are loaded. Suppose card.usd container of payload.
Suppose car.usd contains a payload, fx1 car payload. The stage might effectively load the payload under
One card but not another. These two instanceable frames no longer expose the same effective descendant hierarchy. Oh, therefore applicable load rules are included in the instancing key. Same reference, same variant, different load state, different key. So this can also be a question if the one prim is loaded and another is unloaded.
same reference, same variant, different load state, different key. My God. Different load state. What is load state? Load state.
Bro, payload,
Oh, payload state.
unload,
Okay, 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 okay,
not
okay.
unloaded.
Nice. More questions. 100 on 100. Fuck it.
Population mass controls which portions of the stage are populated. For example, a stage might be opened so that only selected paths are included. The stage might be opened so that one selected path are included. In English, populate only requested part once. Stage population mass? What the fuck does that mean? Stage population mass? A population mass controls which portions of the stage are populated. For example, a stage might be opened so that only selected paths are included. Okay. Populate only requested part of car one subtree. Uh, hmm. If the effective population mask differs between two instance paths, the available descendant hierarchy could differ why descendant overrides are restricted. Suppose Karan got to share one prototype. Okay. USD allows this over body, then cars would no longer have identical descendant results. I see they are supposed to share one prototype. Okay. Source means KKK. Alright, bro. I think so. This is a good cheat sheet, I guess.
Change instance root color. Usually changes instance key. No. Change reference asset path. Yes. Change variant selection. Yes. Change clip configuration. Yes. Change application load rules. Yes. Change Population mask, yes, okay, but not for instance. So anything that is mentioned in the instance root won't affect the prototype. But apart from it, everything else will be affecting the prototype.
Yeah.
Okay, 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 okay.
Common wrong mental models. Same file references means same prototype. Nope. Okay. What else is here? Nested instancing is the last thing. An
Nice.
instanceable prim may have children that are themselves instanceable. Instanceable prim may have children that are themselves instanceable. This nested instancing allows consumers to build up large aggregate assets from smaller ones and use instancing to share as much of the scene graph as possible, even between the smaller pieces. For example, uh, after constructing a parking lot asset with many instances of a car model, an asset representing a large superstore could be created that brings in multiple instances of the parking lot. Okay.
Example, scene description. So,
Okay.
parking.
So, for example, there is by and large dot USD def by and large def parking lot one instanceable true references parking lot dot USD parking lot.
And
So
then
there are two parking lots. Okay.
USD
And they both reference the same parking lot. And then, oh, sorry, n parking lots, and they all reference the same one parking lot
and
over here, which are
then they have oh, then they have parking lot that are referencing
that
cars.
has cars that is referencing a different car.
Oh,
So look at this.
oh,
Like
I see, I see,
parking
I see.
lots is this, and
It's
then this is
nested
referencing this.
fest.
Prototype
What do we
one,
call it? It's scene graph instancing fest.
nested instancing, bro. Not fest.
Nested instancing fest. You know what I mean?
I know what you mean. BM. BM. BMW.
Nice.
In the above example, USG will generate two prototype prims, accommodate instancing parking lots and car prims. Even though the car prims are spread out amongst the different parking lots, USD will recognize that they all share the single prototype prim since they all have the same composition structure and can share the same scene graph. When traversing the scene graph using prototypes, it is important to note that the nested case prim in prototype may also instance the and requiring accessing the associated prototypes to continue traversal. In this example, the prototype prim is for parking lot prims, park prototype 2 contains instance car prims that are associated with their prototype prim. Prototype 1, when working with instance proxy, nested instancing will be taken into account that is all as if instancing were not being used on the stage. Hmm. When flattening a USD stage into a single layer, its various serialization methods, each prototype prim in the scene graph will be written out to specially named root prim. These prims will be referenced by flattened instanced prims that are associated with the prototype. Hmm, what? These prims will be referenced. Each prototype prim in the scene graph will be written out to specially named root prim. Okay. These prims will be referenced by the flattened instance prims that were associated with that prototype. Got it.
When flattening USD stage into a single layer via its various serialization, with each prototype and from scene graph will be written out to a specifically named route. Oh, these prims were released referenced by flattened instance from that field associated with that prototype.
Mm. So we have completed this instancing, scene graph instancing.
All right, bro. So we can continue tomorrow.
Hmm. Refinement.
Let me just read this. Flattening does not duplicate the full car subtree under every instance. Instead, USD writes each share prototype once. Uh, Wait, where?
Flattening does not duplicate the full car subtree under every instance.
Yes, instead, USD
Mm.
writes each share prototype once as generated output and then replaces the original external reference with internal reference from a flattened instance stream to that general prototype. Before flattening, okay.
So this is before flattening.
Mm-hmm.
This was the, I think, like the instanced, and they are using that as an instanceable. Before flattening, the car files are structurally related like this. External reference. Because car 1, car 2 are compatible instance with the open stage, this car 1, car 3 is body and door, car 3 is non instanceable, so it does not after flattening. The FX home prototype 1. So this is created into a prototype of itself, and then they are instanced like this.
Mm.
I think there could be a question like there are two, they can show us like two USDA files. One is referencing the other, and then they are saying we applied flattening on this. What is the final? What does the final thing look like?
Mm.
So that would be the question over here, I guess. The exact generated prototype name is implementation managed. Mm, all right, bro. Do you want to continue or
No, yeah, let's end it.
end the stream?
Can you go up a bit? Is it ended?
One sec. It's not ended yet.
Yeah, it's fine then. Can you go up a bit? Uh, the important still share one tree and car it has subtree flattened underneath. So go up a bit. Visual result flattened layer prototype parking lot car internal reference. What is the difference? I still don't get it.
Bruh, it's so clear over here. Look at this. Before it was using one, like this is the root layer and this is the layer it is referencing.
Mm-hmm.
Like the prims are referencing that layer, right?
Mm.
And after that, when all the like flattening happens,
Mm-hmm.
the new layer looks like this. So this becomes def xform prototype 1. Look at this. This was xform car. This becomes prototype 1 over here. It gets named as prototype, and that prototype gets referenced over here.
Mm.
Prototype like this.
Oh.
Reference Latin layer is prototype 1 like
Oh,
this.
okay, 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 okay. Get it.
But why did it not produce a car 3 prototype? Root values can still differ, yes. Okay, so this is important. Not all references are removed. It will only keep the referencing for instancing. This is important. So not all composition arcs are removed.
Flatten removes original asset reference but adds prototype sharing. But USD में author general internal reference to preserve native instancing. So you're saying not all composition arcs are removed.
Yeah,
Got the general routers or so flatten removes original asset references and adds prototype sharing. So it removes asset references but adds prototype sharing references.
yeah.
Okay.
Because that is important.
Hmm.
Because how else will you, instance a prototype?
Hmm. This is USD flatten, right?
Yeah. The generated root is the same thing as the original asset from. The generated root is the same thing. It contains the flattened resolved prototype content, but it's generated specifically to preserve instancing in the flattened result. It should not be treated as the original. Okay. As stable. Do not assume. Okay. What was the. Okay. I'll end it now.
Hmm.
End the stream.